Marshall skips away. Marshall skips away. Marshall's still going. Marshall's got Richards coming up outside. Now inside.
Arsenal have gone through an entire league campaign without losing.
Bennett and the Dragons win the grand final.
Whips that one away, and Kane Williamson and his team now World Test Champions.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the TGIF podcast. Thank God it's footy. How's the week treated you, my bro? Last week at work?
Last week at work, the silly season is upon us now in full swing.
Feeling the heat.
Feeling the heat. We're back in your old room up here, you know, on the old third level there. She's warm.
Been baking in the sun all afternoon.
Yeah, no, it's been a warm week. It's been a little bit wet though, unfortunately. It's your typical Christmas week, would you say?
Damp, humid, not the pure heat of summer that we all long for.
It's not what you're usually expecting. I guess you are expecting it when you're in Auckland. But no, it's good. It's good. Looking last day tomorrow. Looking forward to a nice wee break, a little bit of golf. Get out into the water a little bit as well, which will be good. Still plenty going on in the world of sport, in the world of rugby league. The big news, I guess you can say it's the big news, coming in to the mighty West Tigers. Jerome Luai reportedly signed this big 5-year deal here, coming in 2025. Ready to book my 2026 grand final tickets, I think. You know, give me a year.
1.2 million a year. It's a good deal to cop. I think for both parties there. Luai's done well, getting himself a nice little pay rise, and the Tigers scooping up one of the hottest halves in the comp over the last few years, you'd have to say. It's obviously come out on his story on the day the news all broke, saying no pen to paper just yet. But we also saw that vision of the big huddle at Penrith training, a few head rubs for Jerome after he obviously has announced something to the group.
Yeah.
So,
it's
looks
exciting.
like he's planning on putting that pen to paper.
Exciting times for the Tigers if we can. If it is 100%, it does go through. I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be an awesome addition to the team. Hopefully, Benji has a year. You know, just to solidify himself. You know, as a coach. Hopefully, I said it last year. I've said it so many times. Get a couple wins on the board to start off with and have people chasing you.
Be part of the pack out in front.
We can't be going out and going, what was it, 0-7, 0-8 or something like that. So ideally we go out there and get a couple of wins early on, and, you know, you finish in a respectable place, and Luai comes in the following year and, you know, can lead us back to our, you know, fucking favourite position of 9th maybe. You know, first season with Luai, and it's just a nice jump up from 15th to 9th. And then boom, 2026, like we did when we won the grand final in 05, come in there at 8th, and go through and beat the Warriors in the grand final 2026.
Huge call. I like it.
Yep, I'll be
booking those tickets.
I'll be booking my tickets. I'm kind of hoping maybe like Warriors somehow manage to pull out a little Mount Smart home grand final. You know what I mean? Just. You know,
I think it's locked in Sydney for a wee while, but you never know what may happen. So that you can get along.
That Auckland City, whatever they're going to be called, A-League team, they go out there and build some, you know, ginormous stadium, and it gets done in a couple of years' time.
Look, it's a long shot, but I guess we can start manifesting it now.
We can start to manifest it now. That's the plan. A Mount Smart, what are they called now? Go Media Mount Smart Grand Final 2026 Warriors.
Go Media Mount Smart, or we talking Waterfront Stadium here?
Either. I'm a bit apprehensive of the old Waterfront Stadia. You know, the old rising sea.
I think that's where he's keen to build it.
I know, it's a bit dodgy. You know, you've seen that little little bit of plastic they've got down on. It's called a sign. A sign they've got down there, Devonport Wharf, and it's got a little sort of meter showing like how the water has risen each year. And I wouldn't want to be the old stadium on the waterfront. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I'd probably much rather be nice old Go Media sitting up there. What are they? 35,000 capacity. 40.
Yeah. I don't know about that. Maybe 30.
30. I'm sure you could. Is that 30? Is that 30 seated?
Yeah.
Because fuck, you could get a few bastards up on the hills.
Pack up
the hills. We've watched a few games just standing there on that little side spot there. Underneath the big screen. So plenty of places to watch. They could get a little bit out.
The Warriors could get an old mate's here and see if he's keen to sort of maybe share a complex, build up two stadiums right next to each other, so that he doesn't have to worry about the old global warming.
Yeah, fuck. Who knows how that goes? But it's a long way off. Just yet, we've got to get the bloke here. We've got to get through another year. Before we see him in Tigers colours, but that's the first big news, I guess, isn't it?
Yep.
There is more big news coming up today. The big man AFB signing on with the Sharkies.
Yep. I guess we heard from Shane Richardson earlier in the week that the Tigers had pulled out of the signing. Probably fair enough off the back of splashing the cash on Luai. And yeah, I think the Dragons were reportedly also in the race, so a bit gutting to miss out on that one. But off to the Sharkies. You said before it's going to round out that forward pack.
It'd be a lovely forward pack going there.
I think that's taken them right up into that premiership.
Is that 24 as well, or is that for next year, or 2025 as well?
25.
25 as well. Although he was keen, wasn't he, to try and get out? So whether or not
he was keen.
He's happy to stay, is he?
I'm not too sure.
You haven't spoken with him?
Haven't personally had a
chat with him?
The topic with him, but all reports from the Warriors' end is that they convinced him to go on that last year.
That seems to be the jam there with Luai as well. I know that they came out and said that there was no way they'd be allowing anything to go through early. I would imagine the Warriors would be sitting in the exact same position. I'd say arguably a bigger loss, or not arguably, easily a bigger loss for their team, AFB leaving the Warriors compared to Luai leaving Penrith.
Yeah, I think anyone could just about leave Penrith and
they'd be sweet. But I think, at least it's good for them though that they've still got him for this year, because I was talking to someone the other day and I thought, it might have even been today that I was talking about it, and I was saying, that if he's gone, Sean Johnson doesn't play anywhere near as well as he did last year without someone like him in front of him,
you can only imagine what Nico Hines is going to get up to off the back of AFB's go forward. Offloads.
It'll be awesome, mate. I think it's a huge loss for the Warriors. I would have been bloody keen to nab both of them, obviously. Would have been nice to see them both in the orange, but very big signing for the Sharkies. I'm sure that the Sharkies fans, wherever you are out there, will all be pretty happy with that one.
Yeah, 100%. You have to be. A little bit more news to come out today. Junior Ramon now set to be deregistered by the NRL following the old hammer attack that sort of broke last year. We first heard about that, and set to be deregistered.
Moral of the story is you don't go around hitting people with hammers, I guess. Strictly nails and screws. Not screws, you don't.
Probably wouldn't really have a screw. I'm not much of a tradesman.
Builders, you don't want to hear that. You screw a screw, you hammer a nail. Even I know that. Just keep your hammers to your nails. Maybe, sorry, on your heads of your sharks as well. They're applicable, and the old hammer in terms of the ultimate frisbee, get your hammer going. MC Hammer pants, No worries with that.
Depending on the situation, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, they're not quite comfortable. Hummerby. If you're
Shout out, I
shout out
suppose.
Hummerby. Nothing wrong with that type of hammer. Slightly different spelling there, but like Hummer. It's that pronunciation there. Shout out Fred. Shout out the Hummerby rock hangers, I guess, as well while we're there. But yeah, moral of the story: don't go around hitting people with hammers. You're going to get deregistered. I guess it's expected though.
Yeah, look. Do your own research on that one and see what you come up with. But I think most people are sort of, not gonna be throwing up too many poems about that one. Dragons also, a little bit of news around Wellesby. Apparently he's come out and said he's not too keen to come down to Australia just yet.
Not from that offer though. He enjoys maybe the little nibble, let people know that he's not just yet. Someone comes in like a Roosters, you can see him maybe going to Canberra.
Yeah, look.
We've seen how many English players go down there.
At Canberra. Probably not an ideal side to be coming down and joining. I'm sure if Penrith came calling
for 2025.
Most people would be pretty keen. Yeah, jump into that vacant 6 jersey.
Imagine that. Wellesby and Cleary, he's a machine. That Wellesby. I don't think it would take him too long to climb. He might struggle if he was to then leave Penrith. Possibly if you come in and your first experience is playing with Penrith, and then you're off to some other club where it's not run as well.
Off to the Dragons.
Yeah, or the Tigers, and things fall apart for you. But yeah, that'd be an awesome sign. Whoever got him would be pretty lucky.
Yeah, I'm keen to see him get run around in the NRL. Because fucks that up to watch the Super League.
No thanks. I've enjoyed the little couple of dabbles of international footy there of watching England, and it's all I've really seen of them for now. So, but good on him for getting involved, I guess.
Yeah,
he's fortunate for you.
He's an exciting player. Would have been pretty stoked to pull that one off. Not to be. The Cowboys, they'll be pretty stoked to have re-signed Tommy Dearden on a long-term deal. Yep.
Also another player, possible links there with coming over to your lads. Obviously, since he's moved to the Cowboys, he's done pretty well for himself.
There's a lot of hype coming through at the Broncos. Seems to be living up to it now.
Yeah, we've seen him make his Origin debut.
Hell of a performance as well.
Yep,
Game 3.
Been a part of that Cowboys team of last year. That sort of kind of took the league by storm a little bit there, and we thought that they were going to be able to do it again this year. But look, he's living up to that hype a little bit more. Seems to be playing with what looks like a hell of a lot less pressure on his shoulders.
I think that's
a lot more.
Probably just due to the fact that it's the Cowboys, smaller city, possibly just not a good time to come through with the Broncos.
Yeah, but they were all kind of in the same boat. A lot of those blokes, and some have gone on and done really well, and some have gone on and moved, and but half of that team was bloody 19.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, well done to the lad. Suppose he'll be tearing it up at the Cowboys for a few more years to come. Don't know if I've seen much more in terms of the NRL front.
Not that I'm aware of.
I've seen a couple of other signings that may have snuck through our fingers, so to speak. But
nice if you are a Titans, Panthers, Eels or Tigers fan and you live in the Auckland region, you've got a nice little discount currently on scarves, NRL scarves, at a store up there in Silverdale. You drive past it all the time, you're heading that way, you're going up to Orewa, Orewa. You come down that hill and there's that van on the left, 40% off sketches and vans or some shit like that, and you look at it, you drive up, you can see the little NRL logo on that, so never been in there. Went in there on Saturday and actually went today because I kind of fucked out and should have got this on the Saturday. But yeah, nice. $10 down from 35, I believe, just on those 4 teams. Unsure why. Can kind of get the Tigers and the Eels and the Titans, but Penrith being in there, a little bit unusual. Not much Tigers gears. To be fair, not much Warriors gears either. I'd say the teams that they had the most stuff of was probably like the Doggies. Maybe it's just teams that they don't sell. I don't really know. You know, they just end up sticking there. But yeah, a nice little store. So if you're one of those 4 teams, go out and get yourself a nice woolen scarf for your summer.
Yeah, sure. Don't know how many times it'll be worn in the summer.
I don't think I'll be.
Use it as a car accessory.
To be fair, I don't think I'll ever wear it.
I'm a scarf dude.
I'm not really a scarf dude. I don't even see myself probably wearing a scarf to a game. I think it'd probably just get a little bit annoying. I'd maybe bring it to hold up. You know, I'd be more inclined to maybe do the old dance or something with it. Yeah, but I think it'll probably be used more as a like an ornament, a decoration, a collectible. You know, you'd say. But yeah, shout out. Or did I say what the store was? Team Rhapsody, I believe is what it's called.
Yeah, not an ad either.
Not an ad. Yeah, no, definitely not an ad. We haven't quite reached those heights just yet. Not an ad, but hey, Team Rhapsody, if anyone from there is seeing this and you do want to hit us up with some ads,
Exposed.
you know, yeah,
some ad chickens.
what do they call it? Collabs, not they in the old creator world. If you want to do a collab, hit us up.
100%.
I've never done a collab before.
Yeah, me either.
I guess this is a collab, slightly.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how we go.
We'll
see if anything turns up
if anything
there.
pops up. Probably wraps up.
Probably a good time to move on.
Wraps up a little bit of NRL. Moving on, I guess move on to a bit of brown ball. Couple of games since we've last spoke with you. We came up against PSV, last game of the Champions League group stages. Already qualified. Expecting to maybe see 2 or 3 debutants involved in that team, you know, coming in. Maybe like a little Nwaneri start. You know, maybe like a little Cheeto Obi coming off the bench, you know. But nothing.
No, not in terms of the youngsters. We saw a little bit of rotation. The forgotten man at Arsenal, Cedric Suarez, comes on. Start at right back there.
Good on him.
Who else did we have out there? El Nini was playing.
Yeah,
Reece Nelson.
always.
Hell of a game.
Reece played really well, yeah.
Yep.
Always nice to see El Nini out there. He's got to be probably one of my favourite
Our longest serving burner as well. Nice to see Ramos get a debut and goal.
Arteta doesn't want to get rid of him either, I don't think, El Nini. I think although he's got his little club going, so maybe retire at Arsenal and then run his club.
Does he own a club?
El Nini has I think it's just called El Nini FC.
In Egypt.
No, and it's like a thing in the UK.
Oh yeah.
And it's like an academy and shit like that. And he had a game and had like the coaching, or I don't know what you call them, coaches or just people that like helped him pick the selectors. It was like Martinelli, Jorginho, Saka and someone else maybe, and someone else, and it was like these 4 blokes like with El Nini, or maybe 3 and El Nini. Imagine that you're going to trial, you know. I think it's for like African people possibly in the UK. I could be completely wrong on that, but I feel like it's got some connection to him. Being from Egypt, but he might retire in Arsenal. That'd be cool.
That's what I'm thinking. He's always been a lad that's happy to sort of bide his time, play when needed.
I can still remember his first goal for Arsenal
against Barca. Absolute scream.
And for his first 3 goals might have all been like pretty much the same sort of thing, just like screamers from outside the box. But it took a wee while for him to get these goals, you know. But that first one against Barca, just lethal. I think we won 2-1 that game, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was 2-1. and then lost in the second leg. Must have
Or
been.
was it a group stage game and we went on to lose in the round of 16 that year?
Did we have Barca in our group?
Surely we have before.
I'm not too sure. I don't know what year that would have been.
2016 or
Yeah.
something like that. But
I feel like we might have played them in the round of 16, possibly.
we have before, that's for sure.
I know we've been knocked out by them before. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. You said Ramos, yeah, good to see him get a debut. Unfortunately, no clean sheet. Would have been nice to see him get a clean sheet on his debut.
Yeah. 1-1, I suppose, not too bad. You probably would have, I don't want to say excuse them for a flat performance, but, already through into the next round. It's PSV, they've won 15 from 15 league games going into this. So they're perfect in the domestic form. They've only lost in Europe. Don't know if they've lost since losing to us. They might have had a couple of draws.
Not too sure.
Don't know if Lons or Sevilla beat them.
I don't think so. Sevilla didn't have they might have finished with 2 points, I believe. They ended up in fourth. No Europe for them. Unreal. Not what you're expecting to see.
No.
Did you see? You've actually got that down there. I do see that. Porto.
We've been drawn Porto, yeah.
It's a favourable draw, I think.
You'd like to hope that Arsenal will see their way through to the quarterfinals.
Although, part of me would have liked to have seen a decent. We had some pretty tough teams that we could have drawn, and I wouldn't have minded getting one of those out of the way early.
Yeah,
I feel like
I think round of 16 is our mental hurdle. Like, we haven't gone past it
for who? None of these people.
None of them, but like,
what?
How come they slipped up last year when we hadn't won the league in ages?
Well, they've never been there though.
It's just they've never been there. They've never been to the knockout, so it's nice to have.
I like to think that there's
nice
something
not to
different
have
about this
PSG
team.
or.
But then a lot of these other teams aren't playing.
I still think we're second or third favourite, maybe behind Bayern and City.
I think we're. I was going to say
Madrid, you probably have to.
We're in the top 5 clubs in the world at the moment. Real Madrid. But then even then, not top, do you say Girona is one of the top teams in the world at the moment? Probably not. But, they're beating everyone in Spain.
Yeah.
Do you say Bayer Leverkusen is one of the top teams in the possibly you do, maybe the way that they're playing, same as Girona, and it's hard to look at it like that. If you looked at our results, you probably wouldn't say we're one of the best 5 in the world at the moment. But, I kind of would like to have seen a little bit of a tougher thing, just to let everyone know what we're about, Surely we get out there and get a win against Porto.
Yeah, you'd like to hope so. Yeah, look, I mean, a trip to Portugal, it's obviously going to be tough, but you'd like to think we'd be able to probably pick up a win in both leagues. If not, maybe a draw away would be acceptable. Ideally. Depending on how... Are we away first league or home first league?
I'm not too sure. Possibly away, I think.
You probably want to start off with that win rather than the draw.
Yeah.
No away goals though now in the
no away goals. That was always a bit of a thorn in the side.
A couple of times we got knocked out on the old away goal.
AC Milan.
Yep.
We got knocked out on away goals. Was that 4-4 and lost on away goals? I believe it was. I think, and it was a hectic comeback. I think we were at school. I think we watched it at school.
Yeah, and we were 3-0 down in the first half or something.
It was unreal. No more away goals. RIP. RIP the old away goals. But plenty more football before then. Where do we? February?
It doesn't go for a while.
Kicks off in February. We've also we had a game. I completely forgot that this game was coming in Monday morning. Oh, here's my phone.
Who's trying to get a hold of you at this time?
Oh, it's the old family video call. Shout out the mum and the sister. I won't be answering. What was I saying? We had another game. I completely forgot all about it. Monday morning, woke up, looked in at the darts, and then eventually went on and checked my Forza and saw the Arse taking the 3 points up against Brighton.
Yeah, hell of a performance through sort of 80% of the field there without putting too much threat on Brighton's goal there in the end. Jesus managing to break the deadlock just after half time, heading into an open net, so it's good for him to add another one to the tally.
Yeah, awesome for the confidence.
Yeah. We probably could have put them away 4-5-0 on any other day, potentially showing what everyone is saying, that we need that proper goal scoring centre forward out there. But yeah, good for Jesus to notch up another one.
I thought from what I saw, he looked like he did quite well.
He always plays really well. He's
but
awesome with the ball.
It's the missed chances though.
It's just the finishing. Like he never really shoots with much power. Misses a few sitters compared to other lethal centre forwards out there. And good to see Kai Havertz on the score sheet late to wrap up the 3 points, 2-0. Takes him now to more goals in the league than Martial, Sancho, Rashford, Anthony, Garnacho and Højlund combined.
Crazy.
The entire United forward line. Kai Havertz has more, so I guess to everyone out there that was jumping in quite early saying it was a flop, saying he was not going to do well at Arsenal, maybe eating their words just a little bit at the moment.
I'm not 100% sold on him.
Still hasn't set the world alight with any performances. He just seems to be racking up goals, going about quietly. I think it's.
But he's playing with energy.
I think you
now.
need to judge him after the season ends rather than.
He's playing with energy, and that's the main thing. At the start of the year,
confidence.
Yeah, exactly.
Ever since he knocked that goal in late against.
But it was even just not running. Bournemouth, I think, was first guy. He just wasn't running. There was no go forward at all. You know, he
Brentford.
And he didn't Brentford. Yep.
Since that goal, he's been playing.
He didn't look like he had any ambition to get forward. You know what I mean? We've definitely seen him play better than he did at the start of the year, and now we are getting to see glimpses of it. So I probably have eaten my words a little bit. Well, I'm a little bit happier, but still a large chunk of moolah to be thrown around.
Yeah, look, 63 mil, I think it was in the end. A little slong Arsenal have made up about him. Well, the Arsenal fans at least. But look, quietly going about racking up a few goals there. 4th of the season for Havertz. Early days still, only 17 games in now, are we? So just before the halfway mark.
Yeah.
So, a good finish to the season could see the lad end up on 10 goals, which is a hell of a start
to your Arsenal career.
To Arsenal career when you play predominantly in that midfield. He has played a little bit up front and tends to run beyond Jesus a lot, which actually, could be the dynamic in the end if he ends up starting to share the load of what you'd normally get out of an elite striker. But thanks to another result later on in the day, that keeps us top of the table. Liverpool and United drawing a blank 0-0.
We watched
the highlights, and there was 2 Man United highlights in the 12-minute package.
Thank you very much.
100%.
Thank you very much, United.
Never thought I'd be cheering for them in a game, but
I guess it's just it's kind of when you fall to someone else's level. Liverpool obviously dropped to the standard of United, not the best standard. A little bit boring. You come away with another draw. So thank you very much. It helps us out, but it fires Liverpool up.
Yeah,
the big one this weekend, Boxing Day their time, our time. Is it Monday morning? It must be. No, that's Christmas Day.
I believe it's Boxing Day our time.
Boxing Day our time. So it's Christmas Day their time. It's Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. Saturday. Sunday.
Oh, Sunday.
Sunday morning, 6:30.
Yeah. Hell of a game.
That's
huge.
a big one.
It's a huge one in the title race.
I'll be there. Not there.
Won't be there, but
I'll be tuned in.
We'll be tuned in from afar, I suppose. We just spoke about Liverpool 0-0 against Man United. They'll be fired up for it. Mo Salah, he was uncharacteristically poor, so hopefully he can continue that for just the one more game at least if he's going to do it. We know he doesn't tend to go long without scoring.
Yeah, I'm
Scoring
sure
goals.
it won't take him too long, but hopefully just one more week. One more little sort of rest
Just
the
after
shooting.
Christmas.
Rest the shooting boots up, yeah. You got your Christmas boots on, not your shooting boots, Yeah, your festive boots.
Full of mince pies.
Full of mince pies.
Full of ham.
Your socks are slightly too small, so you've had to stuff the inside of your boots with Christmas cracker hats. The silly season, you get your silly boots on, and hopefully maybe miss a couple of sitters or something like that would be ideal. Come Sunday morning, but it's going to be tough. It's huge if we get that 3 points done, just extend that gap that little bit further.
Yeah, especially after City dropped a couple of points late to Palace there that no one really saw coming. 2 goals in the last 15 odd minutes for Palace to draw level with Man City there.
Yeah.
It's always a tough one going to Anfield. We went 2-0 up last year with a hell of a first half, and then second half got absolutely peppered. Had Ramsdale to thank for walking away with even a point in that one.
Yeah, it was a tough one, that one.
So, yeah, who knows? Hopefully the same Liverpool team can turn up and we can turn up, maybe not with our Christmas boots on, but our shooting boots.
Shooting boots. So I guess ideally your shooting boots, your defenders have got your defending boots on. Odegaard's got his creative boots on. Dickie Rice has got his tackling boots on. Raya's got his saving gloves. Ideally,
Yep.
you don't want your golf glove that you've got for in your Secret Santa or in your stocking. If we see him rock out with a couple of Kirklands on, we know we're not in for a good afternoon. So Arsenal stay out of the silly season. Ideally, Liverpool, get out there, go to your wife's Christmas do. Probably not many of these wives having to do much work, and I'd say when you're playing for Liverpool,
They might have a Liverpool Wags Christmas do.
like a Wags night, and it's like they just sneak the, kind of like the old fucking, what was it, barbecue gate. There was a few misses at that, wasn't there? For the Dragons, I believe there was a couple of wives and
Couple of
girlfriends
stray
there.
Wags, yeah.
Maybe they sneak out. Mo Salah, Alisson,
Trent.
they all sneak out. Bit of a party there on the
Van Dijk.
23rd, on the 22nd their time, and then they roll into this game. Feeling silly. Boots stuffed with hats from your Christmas crackers, and come away with like a 3-4-1 win, something like that would be nice, just to set the standard.
Yep, booking in now. We'd love to see it. So, again, I guess we'll try and manifest that into happening over the next week until Christmas Eve.
I'll be
rolls around.
getting my feelers out there, just trying to, see if I can hear about any sort of
Any
big,
Wags parties.
any big get-ups in the Merseyside area, sort of looking, day before Christmas Eve, 23rd. But if you know of anything, let us know. And
Hopefully we can get the Reds along.
We'll see what we can do.
100%.
Probably wraps up the round ball, I guess.
Yeah.
We did get a little bit of a bat to ball Sunday was it?
Sunday,
A little bit about the ball. I kind of forgot you'd said it was on. Was on free to air as well, I believe. I believe it's on TV1.
Yeah.
Completely forgot. When, we'll tune in and have a little look. Get in, just did the old Google search. You see the rain delay, and I'm sitting there, shirt off, I believe, at that stage in the day, kind of sweltering, going, get me in the water, it's bloody hot. Rain delay, and you're thinking, Jesus Christ, where's this game being played? You see it's down in Dunners. You can kind of understand the rain delay a little bit more, and I don't know how long it took until they got back out there. I think it was a little wee while, wasn't it?
Yeah, look, I think play was due to start at 11. Don't know if we got out there until about 12:30 or something like that. Then came off again at least once, but it was a swelter of a day on Sunday. We got ourselves a nice little inflatable pool to go and sit in. So I was listening to the cricket sitting in the pool.
You gotta get your little bloody radio, brother. One of those little
I
handhelds.
just had it cranking from the TV with the door open.
Watching, you can see it.
Could kind of see
Glary.
it, but it was a bit glary from outside.
Yeah.
Too sunny. But yeah, look, you were saying before.
You got an umbi? You got an umbi for your pool?
Umbi?
Yeah,
Like a shade going.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably
You're right.
need to. I'm a pretty fair dude.
Your missus is probably not needing it compared to you. I don't think she's going to get burnt like you do. So you could probably do it with a little, beach umbi,
Yeah, could do. I think we might actually have one locked away and somewhere.
Check it in there, brother. You don't want to be
Get involved.
You don't want to be getting too much peeling going on over the old New Year.
No, but yeah, look, typical start to the summer, rain down in Dunners, but a good win for the Black Caps regardless in the end. Will Young getting 100. Don't know when the next game is. Tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow 11 a.m.
Where's that one? Christchurch or what?
Scroll down a bit. It says down the bottom.
Nelson. Nelson for the second one, so
Good on them.
hopefully Nelson's gonna turn on some good weather.
They'll put on the sun, brother, surely.
Yeah.
Although I do believe, do you want to give it a little Google there? I do believe we're coming in to some poor weather. That's like you said, that standy week of get Nelson in there, though, dude. We don't want to be in there narrow neck.
It's at Whangapara Harbour.
She's clear. She's clear currently.
We'll check out the Met service.
Met service is the way to go, though. Wait. I was gonna say we don't need them to know where we are.
We just need them to tell us what Nelson's up to. A little bit of cloud cover potentially.
Nelson with the rain come Monday, though. That's not ideal. I think we might have a little bit of water coming down Christmas Day here in Tamaki Makaurau. Looking to be possibly a little bit wet. I think they should be alright tomorrow. Maybe a few showers in the afternoon. Did it say there? I think, was it showers in the afternoon or southerlies? Northerlies. Wasn't even an S. Yeah, I think
Fresh for a time in the afternoon.
a little bit of breeze.
Just fresh.
Or fresh, but the fresh is the sun there, brother. It might go. That's not too cold. Not too warm though. The old 14 there. There ain't no way we're getting down to a 14 in the evenings at the moment.
No way.
Probably wraps up the cricket. We'll have a little bit more news. Hopefully a 5-day. It is a test, is it?
Did you see? No, 1 day.
It's just a 1 day.
Yeah. Did you see Aussie pumped Pakistan as well?
I didn't see that. No.
Yeah. David Warner 150.
Good on him. I did see a nice little video today actually of a lot of ex Aussie cricketers talking about Jack Cullis, saying that he was the most underrated cricketer ever.
Yeah, probably a fair shout.
That was a nice little video. Now there's been plenty going on in the world of darts. I guess starting off with a little bit closer to home with our Kiwis in action. We've obviously got Ben Robb and Opai Pura over there at the moment. Ben, we saw last week making his way to the final of the Modus Super Series and unfortunately losing. Hope I came in, started last week in Group B, so didn't actually come in and play until I think like Thursday or Friday. Made it through to the final day, but unfortunately not making it through into the semis based off a leg difference, I believe it was in the end. I think all three in his group won one and lost one. Obviously there's only groups of three, so but yeah, I believe the leg difference had him there out on that, so a little bit unfortunate, but we did see him this morning. Came up first round game against Martin Lukeman. Now Martin Lukeman obviously coming out of England there, a handy player. I believe it was Hopeye's debut. I'm not too sure. I might be wrong actually in saying that. Maybe he has been at the World Champs before, but definitely doesn't play as much stage starts as someone like Lukeman does. And I believe 3-1 was the final score. Let me just check that. I know you got a set. 3-1. That was this morning. There's been a couple of upsets. We had a game this morning as well, the game before Hopes. Jan van Veen up against Man Lok Lung. Never heard of him before. I actually think after seeing him this morning, I have seen a video of him playing, and I think he got a 9 data on like the CDC, not the CDC, the ADC, I think, the Asian Dart Circuit. I don't know what it's called. But Jan van Veen, sort of the next up and coming young youth player there, went alongside Luke Littler. And just I think 11 or 12 180s, like a couple of leagues where he started where it looked like he was going to get a 9. An awesome game, and you can see there he lost 3-2 and 3-2, and then came away and won 3-1 the next 3 sets to win it. That was a really cool thing to see. I think that's the only upset. We saw Fallon Sherrick unfortunately lose. I was watching it with my class. It was awesome. She played quite well, but unfortunately couldn't come away with the win. But I think that's probably the only the upset really. We've got a couple of, obviously we've got darts now for the next they break for 4 days, from the 23rd to the 27th, but apart from that it's darts every day, which is awesome. Thursday morning our time, we get a bit of Ben Robb action coming up against Richard Veenstra. I was listening to a little interview with Ben the other day, saying how, now that he's been there, this is his 4th time going. He's been there a few more times. He knows a few of the players he's coming up against Veenstra. And he's played him on a lot of other sort of events, WDF things, because obviously he's through the WDF, and this is his Ali Pali debut, whereas Ben's been there, for World Cups, World Champs, things like that. So hopefully he can go out there and get a win. I would have loved to have seen Hopes and Ben both make it through, but Hopes did well. Cool to see him get a set there on the Ali Pali stage up against a player like Lukeman. But we'll be cheering on Ben Thursday morning. I believe it's a pretty mellow time, 10 o'clock, something like that. So I might be feeling a little bit dusty post Christmas do, but I'll be getting myself up there. I'll be tuning in, chucking on the old big rig top, and hopefully maybe seeing like a 3-1. I don't really know if I could deal with a 3-2 win. Yeah. But a 3-1 win, not as nerve-wracking, would be cool to see. It probably wraps it up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's probably us for another week.
What are we next Tuesday? Boxing Day.
Yeah,
Boxing Day. Are we seeing maybe? Are we seeing maybe a little bit later in the week, possibly, depending on what the go is?
Potentially.
We see how we go. If we get a bit of Boxing Day golf underway, you may be hearing from us, but it will be us until after Christmas. So Merry Christmas to you all out there. Have a wonderful day there on Monday. As always though, if you've made it this far, thank you. Thank you for tuning in, listening, however you do. Remember to give us a like, 5-star, your comments, your subscriptions, all your things you need to be doing on your socials. Enjoy your week ahead, the week of Christmas. Don't do anything too silly, now that we're here in the silly season. Keep it under wraps. If you're having a punt, do so responsibly, and hopefully we'll see you here at some stage next week.
Yeah, we'll figure out the logistics at a later time and date, but I'm sure we'll see you at some stage.
Marshall skips away, Marshall's still going, Marshall's got Richards coming up outside, now inside.
Arsenal have gone through an entire league campaign without losing.
Bennett and the Dragons win the grand final.
Whips that one away, and Kane Williamson and his team now World Test champions.